Alright, what's going on, you guys? It's Kevin the Full Metal Ginger. Finally going to do our metal albums of the month for June. I know I keep saying this, but one of these days we will finally actually get the month I'm trying to do albums of the month for on that month. But I do have my next list for July already pretty well put together. I've been listening to shit constantly, so this should be easy enough to do. I'm not saying I'll get it out by the end of July, but, you know, here's to hoping anyway. Soundtrack for today, Oblivion. What's the name of this? Called to Rise? Called to Rise. It's released on Unique Leader, technical death metal. I don't even know where these dudes are from. I think the Unique Leader sent me this for free when I ordered from them one time. It's an album I've really ignored. I've not really listened to it all that much, but it's really fucking good. I enjoy it. Alright, so we have 3 CDs, a tape, and a record to show today. So I'll try to jump right into this. Hopefully this won't take all fucking day to do. First up, an album I've talked about before. This is a full-length from Norway. Really good album. Definitely up in my vein of death metal, how I like it. Really raw, really dirty sounding. This is Gouge-Beyond Death on cassette. Like I said, dudes are from Norway. This is their 2015 release, Hell's Headbangers. I believe they have another EP out, and that's really all they have going right now. Very much in the vein of Autopsy. This is probably why I love this so much. Christopher, the guy who does vocals and guitars and bass, I mean, he even sounds like Chris Ryford. So, I mean, it's a big plus. Now, I can't tell you how raw and dirty this sounds on CD. I've never heard any kind of digital version. I just bought this and I'm only listening to this. I'm assuming it's still pretty raw, but I'm telling you, this sounds fucking killer on tape, man. I don't know how it will sound any other way. But if you can do it, get it on cassette and get you a really old, dirty, you know, cassette player like that. Man, this thing sounds good. This band sounds like they're like playing a, I don't know, a keg party in somebody's basement somewhere. It's fucking awesome. I absolutely love it. Not much in the way of, well, I mean, there's a little bit in the J card. If I can get the damn thing out of here. Smart here. And let's see, got the band there, you can kind of see them. And not much else to it, just lyrics. Get a good look? Okay, good. But yeah, as I said, very much in the vein of Autopsy. I don't want to say it's Autopsy worship, but it's very, very similar, which is why I love it so much. But whereas Autopsy will play like a little bit more of a doom style, these guys definitely have more thrash influence in their sound. And I'm not much of a doom fan, so that's probably, you know, a big plus for me, because I'm a little bit more into thrash. But really cool album. I hope you guys have this. I hope you, if you don't have it, go pick it up, go check it out. Links, as always, will be in the description. There's Gouge-Beyond Death. Next up, we have an EP from Norway. Band I've really ignored, not purposely, it's just, you know, one of the bands you get caught up in so much other stuff you just kind of forget about, but definitely were around in the whole Norwegian black metal scene. Carpathian Forest, through Chasm Caves and Titan Woods. This is really interesting. This came out in '95 on Avant-Garde Music, if you'll excuse the reflection there. It's kind of like a little bit of everything on this. There's a little bit of symphonic black metal, a little bit more on the raw side. It just kind of goes all over the place, and you kind of wish it'd be a little bit more consistent, but at the same time, I really like how you get like you get a broad feel of how the band plays. You get a lot of influence in there. You get to hear all that, you know, in their sound. But yeah, this is really cool. It just always, it's really short. It always leaves me wanting more, but like I said, this is the only thing I have, and I've never really paid much attention to Carpathian Forest. This is really, really cool. I know they're supposedly still active, but they haven't done anything since '06, which was Fuck You All, something, something, something. I don't remember the name of the album. But eventually I would like to get more into this band, because I really enjoy this release. There's some songs I like a little bit more than others. What's that one? The Pale Mist Hovers Towards the Nightly Shores. Best song on the album, I think. Yeah, all we have in here, just cheap black metal. Not cheap, but really, really simple. Just lyrics. Love the cover. I forget. It's done by I think a Norwegian artist, but I can't remember what his name is. And I meant to have it written down so I could tell you about it. But as I said, you know, symphonic at times, cold and raw at other times. It's kind of all over the place, but not in a bad way. They really incorporate a lot of styles into this release. It just kind of leaving me to say, where do we go from here? Best thing about this album, though, aside from the music, look at these photos. How awesome is that? That's cheesy cornball black metal as it gets right there. Love it. But yeah, really cool EP. Go check it out. They do have several full-length, several other EPs and demos and things like that out. So pretty easy to find. This stuff pops up on Discogs all the time, but I just, again, never really got around to picking anything up. But really enjoyed this. Carpathian Forest through Chasm Caves and Titan Woods. This next one is an album I've shown, well, I've shown it before, but I was also playing it in the recent videos, the soundtrack. And even before that, I don't know why, I've just been really in the mood to listen to this. It's just kind of been getting my goat lately, but I don't know, I've just been kind of going back to it, and I just wanted to throw it on this video. Marduk-Frontschwein, Swedish black metal. It's their 2015 release on Century Media. Crappy digipack, and the one thing you will notice is all the tracks are on the front. And like me, I'm driving around, and sometimes I'll put it on repeat, or I'll let it skip around, or, you know, shuffle it or whatever. And I'm always going, oh, what was the name of that song? Oh yeah. I don't know. I guess that's, you know, programming throughout my entire music collecting life. I don't know how anybody else feels about this. Now, I am a bigger fan of their earlier work, like Opus Nocturne, Heaven Shall Burn, things like that. But I really enjoyed this. I especially love the World War II, World War II concept on this album, especially, you know, mainly focusing on the German Wehrmacht. Huge history buff, especially with, you know, World War II's, you know, that type of thing. I watch all the crap on when it's on TV and things like that. I've been studying that fucking war for years. My only knock about this album, aside it being a crappy little digipack, because that's why digipacks suck. Dumb, shitty little pockets. Oh yeah, we'll just stick that right in here. Whoops. Anyway, the one knock I do have on this album is it's really, really strong at first, and then it just kind of, it fades a little bit. I don't know, it's just, it just tends to trail off when you get about halfway through it. You know, the songs aren't that memorable, to me at least. But the first half I absolutely love. The title track, Frontschwein, The Blonde Beast, Africa, based on the Africa Corps under Rommel. Warthaland, really good song. Between the Wolfpacks is outstanding. Talk about Neville Warfare on here, which is the rockets they used. I can never pronounce this word. False, Cauldron in the Blood, which is about when the Allies encircled the Germans breaking out of Normandy. So they kind of wrote about that in here. It's just a really good album. I really enjoy it. Again, you know, the second half does trail off a little bit, but yeah, it's not that big of a deal for me. If they had to space these top 6 out a little bit more and kind of, you know, move them all around, it would probably be a better album in that case. But like I said, if you shuffle it, you never really know the difference. I don't think you will anyway. But really an outstanding album. I really love it. It's supposed to come with a sticker, apparently. That's what Metal Archive said, but I don't know. Maybe it's just where it's a digipack. Doesn't have one in here at all. Unless I lost it. But my Dying Fetus Reign Supreme was supposed to come with a sticker, but that's again on a digipack, so that might be why there as well. So, Marduk-Frontschwein. This album, I really, really debated putting this on this video. I hate to give a bad review. It's not even really a bad review, it's just a meh review, because I really love this band, all their early work. It's really fucking hard to do. But this band has been around for a very long time. Occasionally you're going to put out lackluster material. So whatever. But this band is a legend in the scene from Sweden. Swedish death metal grave with Endless Procession of Souls. This is just, to me, it's just a meh album. Like, you can feel it getting there. Like, okay, you're almost there, just push it a little further, but it just never seems to quite get there, I don't think. I do love the artwork in here, though. It's absolutely killer. This is their 2012 release on Century Media. It's just so hard to knock this. Absolute legends of the Swedish sound, and you can hear it on this, but I just can't get behind this album. Yeah, I much prefer their earlier work, like Into the Grave and You'll Never See. This album I just think is lacking the punch and the dynamic and the overall songwriting. It's just a bit boring to me. But this is an album that I wanted to try as hard as I possibly could to get into it, because I feel like they owe the band. You know, it's got a song or two on here I really do enjoy, but as an album, as a whole album, it's just hard for me to listen to without getting a little bored and wanting to listen to something else. And again, I just hate to knock this band because I love this band. They're legends, and I adore their earlier work. But I don't know, it's just a difficult album for me to get into. But, you know, I don't know. It's just, I feel fucking terrible for doing this, but I absolutely love the band. But this is a decent album, and then it's just kind of boring at times. But I would definitely check it out. Just let me know what you guys think, because I don't know. I've seen reviews all over the place where people absolutely love this, and I just didn't see why. But again, you know, everyone has their own opinion, so do let me know what you think about it if you don't care in the comments. Grave, Endless Procession of Souls. I'll quit bad-mouthing these guys because I love them. And finally, our record. I don't know how. Ever since the Decibel tour, probably a month afterwards, I kind of forgot about this. And I've not really pulled it out much since. And then probably the first week of June, I was like, holy crap, why have I not been listening to this? But whatever, shit happens. New EP from 2016. This is Midnight-Shox of Violence. Yeah, why have I ignored this? I think I got this around, I don't remember when I got it, but whatever. When I was at the Decibel tour, they had the compilation with all these songs on here, but it was only on CD, and I just kind of didn't want a CD with a bunch of covers and songs I already had. So I just kind of opted out of that. Now I definitely regret it, but, you know, being a collector, you got to kind of go out and get that shit. Only a 4-track EP. Nothing too fancy. I mean, it's classic Midnight. You got the new wave British heavy metal, punk, and black metal influence all fused together. Sounds outstanding. I know I said the last time I showed this that, yeah, I forgot it was a 45 RPM record, and I was playing it on 33, and I was sitting there like, wow, Athenar's voice has really, really changed. I don't know what's going on here. They must be going in a different direction. Anyway, oh yeah. Yeah, I'll just go ahead and show you the vinyl. Not much to it. It's just one jacket, and I do love what it says right here. Stupid drums, dumb bass, moronic guitar, imbecilic vocals, all expertly executed by Athenar. I love this band. There's supposed to be a German flag variant. I didn't get it in time, so I got the splatter. Not really that bummed at all. Really love the way this looks. Try to move it around. Sometimes you get it in the right light, it looks way darker. But I love it. Track listings and cover art, and you got the Midnight Bell as always. Great vinyl. Kind of rather wish they had to put out a full length, but at the same time, I really love, you know, anything Midnight puts out. And I love how they took 4 tracks and put it on a 12-inch vinyl. But that's great. I don't want to talk too much about this. Everyone's already heard this and knows about this by now. I'm already seeing a little bit of wear on this thing, which is odd considering how much it's been sitting on the shelf, but it is what it is. Midnight-Shox of Violence. Surely you have it by now. So that's it. I do have my list pretty well finalized for July, and I hope to get that done in July for once. You know, metal albums of the month in that actual month. We'll see how it goes. I'm going to show you my vest next video. I can't believe I've gotten this far on it. I'm actually done, at least with all the patches I have. I still have to order more to completely finish it, but I'm going to put on 2 more back patches, and that's really it, and I'll show that to you next. I do have a few more patches laying around, but I still have to find, you know, where I'm going to put those. So that's it for me, guys. I really appreciate you hanging out and watching and all that. check the links below for all these bands. You can follow me on Facebook. Thanks for all of your support, liking, commenting, and subscribing and all that. I'll see you next time. Keep supporting extreme fucking metal.